Welcome back to Deep Thought. We're going through Tomb Raider, and we're having a relatively decent time. You've been having a relatively decent time, Mia, haven't you?
Yes, definitely. I am saying this out of my own free will.
Well, I feel like there needs to be something to maybe just spruce this up just a tad.
Bunnies!
Not quite. It's
Aw.
close, but not quite. We need a sewer level.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Cistern. Now, you may not know what a cistern is, and you might, but I'm just going to say it
Siscum.
anyway. Not quite. There are two definitions to it. A cistern is known as a place where excess water is held. Like in ancient times or in modern times, they would use it to store rainwater or use it as reservoirs to like hold water or anything. But the other
Piss.
definition, the other definition is to use it as it's what the toilet holds water in. That's the cistern. It's where the toilet water is held.
Cool.
Now, yeah. Now, you could just argue that this is just like the ancient kind of cistern because this is in ancient times. This is a very old building. But considering that this entire place is filled with rats and alligators, I am going to go ahead and say that this is a sewer.
Yay.
We are in a sewer level, and since we're counting this as a sewer level, I might say this is probably one of the best sewer levels in any game ever, because sewer levels tend to not be very good.
Okay, I was going to make some joke about how it's full of shit. Because I'm so funny.
Let's talk about sewer levels in games for a couple of minutes. Do you have
Okay.
any specific ones you know about? Any you like, dislike?
One I kind of like just because of the music was Pump Man stage in Mega Man 10. I don't know, I just like that level. It's cool. It's it's alright. It's alright. And I know there was a sewer part in Half-Life Blue Shift, and that sucked. It was only very brief, but it was still shit because it was Half-Life Blue Shift.
And that game sucks, or something?
I wouldn't say it sucks. It's just not made by Valve.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's made by Gearbox. Let that be a sign of the quality.
Oh, Gearbox. Let's see. I haven't played many sewer levels in games, but the one that keeps sticking out at me, or the one I keep thinking about, is, Dead Island?
Nope.
It's like a zombie game. It's like a zombie RPG, kind of open world-ish. It was from 2011, relatively popular. That game is filled with sewer levels, and none of them are good. It's overlong, it's dark, it's boring, and yeah.
Would Hydro City and Sonic 3 and Knuckles count as a sewer level?
You could
Maybe.
count that as a sewer level if you want.
I mean, only one person uses the toilet on Floating Island, and that's Knuckles. But he's rougher than the rest of them, so I bet it counts.
Yeah. So, this level also consists of using keys to open doors, to get keys to open other doors, and to get to the next place to go to the next level.
Kind of like the previous levels.
Yeah, pretty much. But, like, the game does a relatively good job of kind of mixing up those objectives, doing things kind of differently, just enough to, make them familiar, but keep making them fun. And, here's a douche again.
Oh, what a dick. Or douche, I should say.
Yeah. And I should, just point out, like, his actual name, it isn't douche. His actual name is Pierre Dupont, but I call him douche because
Or
he's
like
a douche.
Pierre Ducont.
Oh. Oh, the jokes just write themselves, don't they?
I have a question. What are the enemies that were like in this room before douche came along? Like the two things that are dead on the floor there. They look kind of like monkeys or something.
Yeah, those were more gorillas.
Oh.
So more Donkey Kong.
What are gorillas doing in a sewer? Actually, I don't want to know. Flavored bananas.
Yeah. You kind of see that object in the distance. I have absolutely no idea how to get that, unless you just jump a very specific distance. Kudos to anyone who's actually gotten that without glitching the game, because that's one of the most difficult objects to get.
Aw. This playthrough's ruined.
Oh no. We're only trying to get all the secrets, though. Not all the pickups and stuff.
I quit.
Oh no! Don't quit.
I won't.
We're gonna be killing some alligators next.
Oh, sweet.
See? Do you like that? Do you like that?
Beware, 'cause she's after you. Laura Croft. Laura Croft is here.
You could probably make a rap out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, alligators are really easy to kill with the shotgun.
Yeah. Why were you shooting there?
I was shooting a rat. And speaking of rats, I'm gonna point out that these rats are fucking huge.
Yeah, but you actually can get rats that are like really huge in real life. You don't see them like out and about and shit, but like you get them like in like really fucking horrible places. But they can actually grow to be quite big, and it's actually pretty scary.
Yeah, it does seem rather scary. They're full of diseases and stuff, or so I've been told, or so that's what the internet told me at least. But I mean, they're wrong about half the time, so I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, rats are pretty nasty. They scare me. Then again, even mice scare me to an extent, like real mice.
Yeah, they're just kind of very, very fast, very tiny, and just kind of creepy looking.
I don't even think they're creepy looking. Like, when I look at pictures of mice on the internet for whatever reason, I think they're really cute. But when I, like, see one in real life, I'm just like, please kill me.
I must say, I don't mean to be narcissistic or anything, but I did a relatively good job with this level. I didn't die at all when recording this. There's only one crossfade, and it was because I missed getting a few of the pickups in one of the secrets. So yeah, and this is actually a little kind of difficult. Like there are some places like like that trap there. If you hadn't kind of jumped across it, you would just fall onto the spikes and die. And as we'll see later in the level, this level kind of involves like raising water level, and in order to get to different kinds of platforms.
Sounds like a certain Zelda temple, which I haven't played, so I can't comment.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard terrible things about it. Yeah. So it involves raising the water level, and if you raise the water level too early, then you won't be able to get this first key that we're going to go get.
Actually, raising the water level is a part of one of my favorite Splatoon levels. I can't remember what it's called, something resort, and it's awesome. I like Splatoon. It's sexy. It's better than sex.
It's weird that these levels have so many keys in them.
Yeah.
Like, why are there so many keys? Like, who made these keys, and...
Why don't they just have the doors open?
Yeah, exactly. Like, who thought it was a good idea to use all these locking mechanisms, and... Yeah, I kind of got a little stuck on that rat there. KO!
Sure, buddy. You've got to do something with that. Please.
Oh, I'll consider it.
You'll more than consider it. You will do it. I command you.
Okay, I'll make a separate MLG remix video with that involved, and it'll have lens flare and all the amazing stuff that all those remixes have, and it'll be amazing. It'll have millions of hits. It'll make me a YouTube sensation, and it'll make me want to kill myself.
Please do. Not kill yourself, but like...
Yeah.
Not kill yourself, but like, please do make the video.
That guy really is a douche, and he disappears just out of thin air.
So he's like the G-Man in Half-Life. He just disappears, like literally. If you follow the G-Man when he goes off, off a corridor that you have access to, he's just disappeared. Even if there's like no way for him to have gone.
But I mean, this guy just like this guy is an enemy though. Isn't that the G-Man? Is he an enemy or just an ally or something?
It's kind of ambiguous.
Oh, really?
It's sort of like he does like help Gordon kind of, but it's all within his own interests, and we don't know because Half-Life 3 is never happening, and Mark Laidlaw apparently left Valve yesterday.
Yeah, I heard about that. But again, that could also mean that Half-Life 3 is in
Finished.
production and he just kind of finished writing it. So
Maybe.
yeah, you never know with that game. But yeah,
I
that
doubt
guy, the Pierre guy, he's just a straight up douche, just trying to kill us and stuff. So I think he's even worse,
Yeah.
disappearing out of thin air. So inconsiderate.
Why doesn't he just die?
He'll die eventually.
Thanks for
not
spoiling the
really.
plot. Oh shit.
It's not really much of a spoiler.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
this is the
dun,
first.
dun, 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 dun.
Wrong film. That's an alligator, not a shark.
Yes, I know, but still.
I'm not sure if it would be as fitting if you stuck that song in. If with an alligator, it wouldn't be as strong.
I still wish someone would mod this game to have the Sonic drowning theme when you're drowning.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Actually, question: if you shoot an alligator, like I saw you shooting rats and stuff, and they bleed, do the alligators bleed, or because like I know in real life they have cold blood? I think.
Yeah, they bleed.
Do they bleed red blood?
Yeah, I believe so.
They don't have red blooded. Well, I'm not sure what color cold blood is. I actually don't know. Sorry. I'm not a science.
We must be in an alternate universe where everything is warm-blooded.
Yeah, sounds legit.
Yeah, considering that it's also a universe that has magical deities and gods conjuring up these randomly old places
Oh,
filled
fuck
with
you, douche!
yeah, old artifacts, it would probably make sense. We just assume. Yeah, it's all just a matter of just shooting him until he goes away or eventually dies, and just keep using the health packs to keep regaining your health. It's kind of pathetic.
When do we kill him?
Eventually, within a few episodes.
Thank fuck. Is his death gory?
Not quite.
Okay. Like, if it was me, I would have, like, programmed, like, a separate FMV sequence, like a really detailed one dedicated to, like, Laura just blowing his brains out. And then eating them.
All you need is just like an MS-DOS, whatever software they used for that,
I'd also need to be
FM.
able to model stuff. Which I can't. I wouldn't even be able to, like, make this Laura Croft model.
Well, plenty of internet tutorials are out there at your disposal,
Trust
so
me,
it
I
shouldn't
still
be that
can't
difficult.
do it. I'm just terrible at 3D modeling.
Yeah, I'm not that great either. I mean, I took a class in college that dealt with 3D modeling, and I managed to follow the instructions and put out some decent models and stuff, but it was actually more of my own kind of laziness that I didn't do so well in the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the final project was actually the first time I ever pulled an all-nighter, so I had went 24 hours without any sleep. I don't recommend doing that, people. It's not a very fun experience.
I've done it a few times. I think the longest time I've been up is over 30 hours. I don't know how I survived, but I did, so...
Well, I mean, it's okay as long as you're not driving to school the next day and
Well,
are
yeah.
about, like, you have a 50% chance of randomly passing out and just driving off the road and crashing into a side ditch. Yeah, so this is the lever that raises the water level, and be careful while moving around here, because if you fall in this little pit here, where this water is, then there's no way to get back up, except like going through this way, and it's just a big waste of time. I mean, there is a key here so that you need, so you have to go through here, but it's a bit of an inconvenience falling into this place a little too early. Some more rats.
Dumb rats.
More jumping.
Typical Tomb Raider.
Everything's typical Tomb Raider in here.
It's almost like it's a Tomb Raider game or something.
You mean we haven't been looking at Tomb Raider game? Then what is this? Oh my god. It's Crypt Lair or something.
It's Tomb Raider and Knuckles. Someone needs to make that.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that crossover. Someone make it happen.
Okay. I'd Photoshop it now if I wasn't lazy. But you underestimate my laziness.
Hey rats, what are you doing down there? Are you having some fun? Trying to be threatening and stuff? Or is that your mating dance? Yep, now the whole room is flooded.
Hooray.
And now we just go into this room to get the final key, which means we can finally progress on to the next level.
I guess now this level has damp memes instead of dank memes.
Oh, snap, shots fired. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm not my air horn voice has been kind of dry lately, so
It's alright,
just,
I can help you. Yes, I have that on my phone.
Oh, perfect. Could you play that again? So I can just get some practice in. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me try it again.
You were just hit with the wow effect.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I'll be here all night.
I won't play the other ones because they're like loud.
What? Those aren't loud enough?
Well, the air horn is at least kind of funny, or at least it was before we ran into the ground. But it's still funny, right, guys?
Oh no, you don't cry, Mia. We're all funny. We're all funny here. I think. Maybe. Not really. Why are you watching this?
Yeah, if you've made it this far and you've actually been watching all the episodes, could you please go outside?
Yes, and just kind of reconsider everything you've done in your life.
No.
No one watches this channel. Like, no one does. I've done pretty much everything and no one watches it. And I don't care. Like, I have fun with the stuff I do. Like, as long as it's out there, I'm good. I can just move on to the next stuff.
Yay! I'll retweet it when it comes out. Maybe someone will watch it.
Okay, alright. Maybe. I'm just looking out the window, thinking about the finer things in life. As Laura goes over and
Like
picks up
ad revenue?
this gold key. I No, I actually never monetize any of the videos. One, they're not very profitable, and two, I don't like my viewers being bombarded with stupid ads. It's just an inconvenience.
That implies they're not going to have adblock turned on when they watch your videos.
Well, true, but I mean, like,
Yeah, I get ya.
yeah, this final secret here is kind of dickish. You have to move this block here, which is different from the other, like, wall textures in that, well, it's slightly darker, kind of like the other ones, but it's in that kind of brightness, and the game's brightness in general kind of makes it...
Looks a bit dicky.
Yeah, makes it a little hard to see. So, and you would be forgiven in thinking that there wouldn't be a secret behind here, but there is. And it's very reminiscent of the first one. Like, you have to do a backflip onto that platform, and then jump, and then climb onto this ledge and get the stuff. Just gotta get the stuff. It's the stuff that we need to live. Come on, Laura.
There you go. Please stick your boobs in the keyhole, that'll make it work.
Yeah, we do that a couple of times. Just, like, use the tits to pick the lock.
Well, you know, tits are pretty powerful.
Yeah, now we have become one with the lock.
Yes.
Embrace your inner lockness, Laura.
And show me your tits. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it took me 8 parts, but I finally just said it. You know, I've been sort of going roundabout about it recently, but no, I'm just gonna say it. Show me your tits, Laura.
Mia, have you ever heard of a place called Rule 34?
Yes, I know what that is. And no, I'm not looking her up because, honestly, I don't think she's that hot. I mean, she's a cool character, I just don't think she's hot. I don't think she's, like, fat material.
Well, I assume a couple of thousand other people would disagree with that sentiment, but it's your preference.
Yeah, but, shut up. I mean, especially in this game, she looks really ugly. I'm not saying she's, like, not a good character because of that. I'm just saying, yeah, she's a good character, but she's pretty fucking ugly in this game.
Well, people in 1999... Again, there was those nude mods, and that was 1999, so... there were some people who thought she was hot enough to get those nude mods.
Yeah,
apparently.
but then, back then, your only other options for porn were actually going into a shop and buying a porn magazine. Because, you know, you didn't really have porn websites, and even loading, like, an image probably would have taken, like, 10 years on a fucking 58k or 56k modem.
Gotta have that dial-up for the porn, brah. Yeah, these are little breakaway tiles. It's kind of a mystery, like which ones have the spikes and which ones don't. I thought they had some items in them, but they don't, so, man, whatever.
Trial and error.
Indeed. More lions!
And
Kill them,
tigers
Laura!
and bears, oh my.
Oh, no. Use the med packs. Regain your strength.
Use the force, Laura.
If she used the force right now, I would be very impressed.
Yes. Stupid lions.
Well, they were kind of phasing into each other. It's like they want to transform into lion. Yeah, Mega Lion Tron.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember. There's probably some sort of lion in Beast Wars, but I haven't watched that. I'm only familiar with Transformers Generation 1, and as far as I remember, there was no lion transformer in that.
The only Transformer thing I've seen is the movie, the Michael Bay movie, and...
Oh, Jesus.
I know, I'm probably going to have to remedy that soon, but...
You have to watch the 1986 Transformers movie. It's so fucking good.
I've got so much other shit on my plate, though. I got so much anime, I got so much cartoons, TV shows, video games, my content, which I prioritize over everything else and just pretty much takes all of my time, so, yeah.
Unlike me. Yes, part 6 of the Portal 2 Let's Play probably still won't be out of it. Or sorry, part 5 of the Portal 2 Let's Play probably still won't be out by the time this is uploaded.
How do you do those Let's Plays? Do you record the footage? Do you record the footage and then comment over it, or do you... Oh, okay.
Yeah, post commentary for Let's Plays and live commentary for live streams. Most of the time.
Yeah.
I've probably done 1 or 2 exceptions, but yeah. Post commentary all the way.
Oh, so you prefer post commentary?
As far as Let's Plays go, yes, just because I can edit shit out and get my thoughts together.
Oh yeah, that's true. But like with this stuff right here, I like it because I like talking with you and I like talking with the other people I work with.
You prefer them?
No,
hear that,
I don't
guys?
prefer them.
Okay, good.
It was only one other guy I worked with on this show, and
only one other guy. And what did you do that night?
We talked about the Zero Escape series and had a lot of fun with it.
Well, I'm sure you did have a lot of fun with it. Did he touch you?
I don't think it's possible to touch someone over the internet.
Then I've been living a lie.
This is a little bit of a, not really a secret, but I guess you could call it a secret, but the game doesn't count it as a secret. It's just another area where you can get more items and stuff if you're clever
bonus
enough.
area.
Yeah, if you're clever enough to realize that you can use a block to get up to this area in the first place. And we are coming to the end of this episode, unfortunately. We have to leave the Cistern behind. Oh, my baby. I'm not ready for this.
Down the toilet.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next episode of Deep Thought.